Okay, so in this video, we have found a very cute little pocket community that literally is right across the street from Lake Lavon. So if you are definitely wanting to live near the lake, then this absolutely will be the community for you. And as a matter of fact, you want to talk about some amazing prices. None of the homes that we're going to look at today are going to be over $500,000. This is the perfect opportunity to get a little bit away, to have a little bit of that country feel, but also to be very close to all of the modern conveniences and be close to the lake. As a matter of fact, this home is going to be one of the homes that we're going to tour today. So let's go ahead and get after it right now and head over to the model home. Okay, so we are going to start out at the model home so you could see, how beautiful this home is. And then we're gonna go and take a look at 3 other spec homes. Now, I love the fact that we were a little out from the city. Now, we're not too far out because you still have all your conveniences very close, but here's the cool thing. In this community, there is no mud, there is no PID, and the property tax rate is 1.99%. All right, let's go ahead and I want to show you this beautiful entryway. Now, I love the dark door with the glass. You know, a lot of times we see the waterfall glass or the obscure glass. That just has some neat texture to the front door. Now, this has a study right up front. Now, the nice thing about this plan is you would actually be able to make this into a 5th bedroom if you needed it. And that would mean that the half bath that we're about to see would actually be a full bath. Now, we walk a little bit further in and I notice how nice and wide this hallway is, this entry, which is really nice because it gives it that very open and bright feeling. Now, here's the half bath that we just talked about. And like I said, if you decided to do the front bedroom instead of the study, then this would now become a full-size bathroom. And you've got a nice linen closet right here by the entry of the bathroom. We're going to come a little bit further in, and this is such an open space. And look how tall the ceilings are. This is just amazing. And they've done 4 windows across the top to let in a lot of the natural light. Now, we're going to go outside in just a minute because if you were looking for a large backyard, then this just might be the community for you. But right now, we're going to come into the kitchen and take a look at how beautiful the kitchen is. So you've got the built-in oven with the built-in microwave, your large kitchen island with the quartz countertops. They have done the bevel, which adds additional space, but it doesn't come so far out that it makes it feel closed off and small. You have your nice little coffee bar area with your 42-inch cabinets. And they've got the space above the cabinets where if you wanted to put some of your decorations, your pretty vases, you could do so. Now, obviously, since we are in the model, there's going to be a lot of upgrades that the model has. And we've talked about this before. The model home, they're going to put in all the bells and whistles. Now, we're going to take a look at a couple of the inventory homes that are already ready, they're move-in ready, and we're going to see probably some of the differences. One of the differences that I suspect is going to be the glass door for the pantry. But let's take a look when we go over to the other homes. Now, this has got a nice size walk-in pantry. And like I said, you've got your glass door right here. Now they've also done the nice wood wrapped vent above, and you've got your 5-burner gas range. Now, the one thing that I also noticed when I was walking around is how tall the windows are. So they are nice and tall, but the other thing, if you notice, you don't have, you know, the bar where you open. So it's going to make it a whole lot easier to clean those windows. Now we also have our casual dining space right off of the kitchen. And then our stone fireplace. But this is absolutely what I fell in love with. Like I said, if you were looking for a nice sized backyard, check this out. Now they've got the sprinklers on, so we're not going to be able to walk down there, but look at this. These are 60-foot wide lots, but these will go 120 feet back. And depending upon what street you're located on, a lot of the homes are going to back up to this tree line, which is so pretty. And then you've got your really nice covered patio. All right, let's go back in and check out our primary bedroom. Now, your primary bedroom is going to be located on the first floor. And then all of your secondary bedrooms are going to be located upstairs. And so we'll take a look at that as well. So we walk into the primary bedroom, and it is so spacious. And they've done the tray ceiling. And once again, nice, tall ceilings. Now, the other thing that I really like is the barn door to the bathroom. So we'll see if that's a standard feature or if that's going to be an upgrade as well. Once we come into our primary bathroom, check out all the cabinet space. I mean, you've got this whole wall of your cabinets and drawers with your 2 vanities. And you've got a nice deep soaker tub with your walk-in shower. And then they also have added a linen closet inside the primary, so you can store all of your extra toilet paper, towels, all of that. Now, our primary closet, I mean, it really is a nice size. I've certainly had closets that were a lot smaller than this, and they've done the double hung on a couple of the sides, and they even snuck in a rod right here behind the door. Now, you definitely have a lot of space in the closet, but right now, I tell you, we're going to go upstairs, and the extra space upstairs is amazing. So let's go ahead and head on upstairs. The stairs are located towards the front by the door. Okay, now that we've made it upstairs, we come right into the game room. And it really is a nice sized game room that will also overlook the living room area, so you can see just how tall those ceilings are. And then right off of our game room is your media room. And this really is a nice sized media room with the double doors, nice, dark. There's no windows in it, so you really are going to create that theater experience. And then as we walk along the hall to the other side, this is where all of your secondary bedrooms are going to be located. So you've got your 3 bedrooms right here together. You have your secondary bathroom, and I love the fact that they've done the taller vanity. So it's not one of the really low ones, but you've got your double sinks, and then your other secondary bedroom on this side. And then if you have guests, or if you have a teenager and they want their own bathroom, this 4th bedroom does have its own ensuite with nice walk-in closets and the built-in shelving. Okay, so we're going to head back downstairs, and then we're going to talk about this particular model and what the specs are for this. So let's go ahead and head downstairs, and hopefully I don't trip in this video. Okay, made it down without any trips. All right, so this particular model home, it is 3,297 square feet. It is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a 2-car garage. Now, there are a lot of options, and this is one of the things that I really liked about the Union Main homes here in this community. There are so many options. You can make that front bed or that front study an extra bedroom. You can add an additional full bath. We're going to see some where they've done an extended patio. So there are a lot of options that you have that are going to basically design to what fits your needs. Now the excuse me, the base price of this model is $559,000. Now, obviously, with the model home, they've added a lot of the bells and whistles, but that allows you to make the design choices and pick out all of the things that you are going to want in your home. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to head over to our first inventory home so we can take a look at that, and you'll be able to see exactly what you're going to get for the price that is move-in ready. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to head on over. So we have made it over to our next spec home. And I really like this one because, number one, it is a single-story home, but you are not compromising on space. The other thing that I really like is this is right across the street, check this out, from the Greenbelt. So you will never have any houses that are built right there. That's their Greenbelt space. Okay, so this particular home, it is 2,786 square feet. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage. I know why. And let's go ahead and take a look walking up to it. So when we walk up, we've got the really pretty, nice stained front door, and once again, the glass door. I really do like that because it obscures looking in. However, you can still get a lot of the sunlight in. I mean, check that out. We're getting a lot of sunlight in. Now, when we come in, once again, they have done the really wide front entry hall. So this is so wide across. I mean, this is easily eight feet, maybe more. But check out the detail. You've got the tray ceiling and the really pretty chandelier as you walk in. And they've even done the second tray ceiling right in this area. Okay, so this is where you would come in from the garage. Now, we talked about it being a 3-car garage. Let's check it out. Let's see. And here we go. Now, normally I wouldn't show you guys the garage, but it is a tandem garage. And check it out. You've got the tankless water heater. I love those. So you do have the tandem garage. Now, if you don't need it for a third car, what a great place for some storage. And then right across from the garage is your really nice sized laundry room. So your washer and dryer are going to go right here, but you still have enough room to put either a freezer or an adult beverage refrigerator so you don't have to go out in the garage. They have included shelves, a hanging rod, and we will see what that door is a little bit later on in the video. But look how much room and space you have. You could still easily put a folding table. You could put extra storage cabinets, so a lot of space. Now, just to the other side of our front door is where our secondary bedrooms are located. So we've got the front secondary bedroom, and once again, we've got the really nice tall ceilings, and they share the bathroom. So it's, you know, it's not a true Jack and Jill bathroom, but you've got access from both of the secondary bedrooms, and you've got your double sinks with lots of drawer and cabinet space. And then we come in to our other secondary bedroom that has got an amazing walk-in closet. I mean, such a great space, so much hanging room. I remember my first house that I bought, that closet wasn't even that big. So nice walk-in closets for the two bedrooms that are up front. All right, now we're walking a little bit further down the hall, and check this out. So you also have your fourth bedroom that is right off the hallway. And you have another full bathroom right here. So this would be nice for possibly guests because they have their own just little area to themselves. And then we come into this just massive living room and kitchen and eat-in area. This is really, really large. So when we walk into the kitchen, you know, they've done the nice quartz countertop. And the other thing that I was noticing is they are going with the thicker quartz. You know, sometimes the builders will use the thinner quartz, but they have stuck with the thicker quartz. And they have the built-in oven with the microwave, just like we saw in the model home. Now, if you'll remember, we talked about the pantry door and the model home was glass. Now, that is going to be an upgrade, but they've got a walk-in pantry. I mean, you technically can walk in. Don't think it's quite as big as what we saw over the model home. And they've done the really nice subway tile backsplash. But check out, if you like to cook, there is so much storage space along the bottom area. And then you've got your 42-inch cabinets above, your stainless steel vent hood, and your 5-burner gas stove. And one of the things that I really liked is they did the island a complementing color. So it was a little, and your nice trash pullouts for your recycle and your trash cans. Nice drawer space. And then they've put a window on both sides, so it really does let in a lot of light. Then right off the kitchen, we have our dining area. And this, I mean, this is huge. This is so big. You could easily fit a table that would seat 8 people easily for those holiday gatherings. I mean, that really is such a large space. Okay, now, when we were at the model home, we saw how big the backyard was. Now, this is going to be a 60-foot wide as well, but because it's a 1-story, the footprint on this particular home is going to be much larger. Okay, so let's take a look and see what the yard looks out here. Now, I do really love the sliding glass doors. So check it out. You can open that up on a beautiful spring day like it is today. You've got your nice covered patio with the tall ceilings. But you'll notice that while the yard is absolutely a nice size, it's not going to be quite as big as the one that we saw in the model, because the model home, those lots went back 120 feet, but it was a 2-story home. So the footprint on that, even though there's more square footage, the footprint on it is actually smaller because you've got the upstairs for the square footage. So it really depends. I mean, if you're looking for a 1-story home and you don't mind not having quite as big of a yard, then just know with the single story, you're going to have a larger footprint. But if that huge backyard is something that's really important to you, then you may want to look at some of the 2-story plans. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to come into the primary. And once again, they've done the really nice tall ceilings. And then we have our primary bedroom. Now, in the model home, they had the barn doors. Obviously, that's going to be an upgrade. So if you wanted the barn doors, just know that that is an option. But I do think that this bathroom is a little bit larger. I mean, you've got more floor space along between the shower and the vanity. You have your 2 sinks along the single vanity, but you still get all of the under cabinet and drawer space. But I think this tub is fabulous. I mean, it is so deep and long. What a great soaker tub. And then of course you have your large walk-in closet with the nice bench seating. And then we come into our primary closet. Now on this one, they have done the shelves on this one side, which I think is so smart because you're able to use this for, you know, your shoes, your purses, jeans, whatever, keep that organized. And then you've got your double hung rods on 2 sides, but then you have your single hung rod all along the back. Okay, now remember we talked about that door that we were going to talk about? So let's check it out. This goes right in to your laundry room. So easy access from the primary closet into your laundry room. Okay, let's head back into the kitchen and let's talk about this particular home. Okay, so once again, it's a single story and it is 2786 square feet. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 bath with the 3-car garage. So you've got the tandem garage. You know, this particular home has the indoor fireplace. It's got obviously the gourmet, beautiful kitchen. It's got that soaker tub that is to die for. That is probably one of the deepest ones I've seen. You've got your sliding glass doors, which What an amazing addition to have, particularly during the spring and fall weather here in Texas. You can keep that open. All right, this particular home, you're not going to believe the price. It is listed right now, ready to go at $500,000. $500,000 flat. Now, they have got a bunch of incentives going on. But here's the thing. I could tell you the incentives, what they are today, but it's not going to be the same incentives that they're going to have 30 days from now or even a couple of months from now. So that is why you definitely want to give us a call, because we know all the current incentives and we can tell you exactly what those incentives are when we talk to you about what is something that's going to be really important, what are the things that you're not looking for. Do you want the huge backyard like we saw over at the model home, or would you prefer to have a one-story home with a little bit smaller backyard? These are all things that we want to talk with you about to make sure that we find the perfect home in the perfect area. All right, let's go and we're going to visit a couple of more spec homes. Okay, so we're over at our next inventory home, and this home, it's going to be a little bit smaller, but it is 2932 square feet. It is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath with a 2-car garage. So if you don't need that third car garage like the tandem one we saw earlier, then this one may be for you. So when I noticed walking up, they have done the same type of door as they did over at a couple of the other homes. I think that's just really pretty. It lets in so much light, so bright, but you still obscure a little bit. Okay, so when we walk in, our stairs are going to be right here to the front, and we will go upstairs in a minute, but you have got your office space. And, you know, I'm looking at this. I mean, it could be an extra bedroom. They would be able to put the doors on because you have a nice size closet here, or you could use it as an office. So it really is kind of a flexible floor plan. And you have your half bath right up here up front. And I'm sure if you made this into a bedroom, that they would make that a full-size bath. All right, now let's go ahead and walk in, because this one really just walks right into your living dining area. So you've got your dining area right over to the side. And you've got plenty of space, once again, for a large dining table, entertaining. And then you come into the living area. Now, once again, they've done the nice tall ceilings. You've got your fireplace, and I do like this gray stone that they've done. That is really pretty. And I think we're going to see that even in another place in the home. And then your kitchen is tucked off back this way. So you're still a part of all of the entertaining, but it's tucked away a little bit. You've got the nice size island. Once again, your built-in microwave and oven and your 5-burner gas range. And then you've got your coffee bar kind of tucked over here to the side. Now, if you were, this is going to be the entry into the garage. So tucked away back in this corner, it's kind of hard to tell because they've got a lot of things that are already stored in here, but you've got your walk-in pantry. All right. Now let's take a look, because this backyard is not going to be quite as large. Now, I think this is probably 120 foot. You're still 60 feet across, but let's take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, so you come into your covered patio, and once again, you've got your nice size, tall ceiling, but you can definitely see that the backyard is going to be a little bit smaller. Now, I will tell you that the price tag on this is also going to be a little bit smaller as well. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our primary bedroom. Well, before we do that, check this out. You've got another space. This could be your home office because you've got the beautiful double glass doors. You could also make this into a sitting area, a flex space. So you've got the area up front as a flex space or an office, and then you've also got this one as well. So a lot of options that you have. And then your primary bedroom is going to be right off this little hallway. And they have done, once again, the nice tall ceilings, the large windows that lets in so much light. And then we're going to come into our primary bathroom. Yep, see, I like this tile. I just think it's a nice contrast. So they've done the dark gray tile. You've got your soaker tub, but it's not the freestanding soaker tub. But they've done the really pretty veining in the tile. You have your double vanity and your water closet right here with your nice stand-up shower. And then of course we come into the primary closet and it goes right into my favorite feature, the laundry room. But they've done double hung on both sides of the closet with your single hung on each side as well. So generous amount of hanging space. And I love the fact that you've got this long hanging rod in the laundry room. Now this one isn't quite as big, so you won't have the space to put in the extra refrigerator or freezer or a folding table. But I think that's why they probably did the long hanging rod, because that is the only time I've ever seen one that goes across the whole back wall. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to head upstairs. So once we come upstairs, we are right here in the game room, which will overlook your living area. And I like that, look at these windows, so much light up here. And then down this hallway is where your other secondary bedrooms are going to be. So you've got two this direction, and they will share this bathroom. So you've got your full-size bath with your two secondary bedrooms, nice size walk-in closets. Actually, that's one thing I'm noticing about all of these homes. Your secondary bedrooms are going to have really nice size walk-in closets. You've got another walk-in closet here. And then there's going to be access to your attic area, making it really convenient to get in there to change the AC filters. But then we walk on the other end of the hall. This secondary bedroom, which really nice size area, has another nice walk-in closet. Okay, so like I said, this is 2932 square feet. It is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath with the 2-car garage. And it's obviously got the indoor fireplace like we looked at, the nice kitchen that's tucked away a little bit. And this one move-in ready, is listed for $499, so just under $500,000. All right, we have got one more spec home to see, and I think you're gonna really like this. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna head over there right now. Okay, so we have made it over to our final inventory home. And if you are not needing a large home, if you don't need a 2-story home, then this one may just be perfect for you because it is 2224 square feet. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 2-car garage. But I will tell you, you certainly are not gonna be lacking for space. And they've done a couple of things different in this spec home that I think you're gonna like. All right, so let's go ahead and turn it around. I do like that they have done the nice wood shutters. That is a cute detail on this home. And we see that we still have the really pretty glass. Now, in this particular home, they've actually done the wood look tile. And I really think that is just so pretty all through the living areas, and then your bedrooms will have carpeting. They've also done the tray ceiling here in the front entryway, but look how wide this entryway is. I mean, it's huge. So up front, you've got an office with your double French glass doors. And this is truly an office because you've got a storage space, but not a closet. So nice size office area right up front where you get a lot of the natural light. And then when we come down a little bit this direction, so this is where you're going to enter in from your 2-car garage. You also have your laundry room right off of that hallway. And this really is a nice size. So you've got your shelves, your hanging rod, and you still have plenty of space for your freezer inside or another adult beverage fridge. And then on this wall, you would still have plenty of space for your folding table. And then we come to the other secondary bedrooms, which are located right up here up front. So you've got one that is directly up front, and it will share your secondary bathroom right here. And they've done the gray with the really pretty lighter quartz countertop. And I do like it's got some of the flecks in it. That's really pretty. You have your nice size linen closet, and then you have your other secondary bedroom. And check it out. You've got your walk-in closet with the built-in shelves. Okay, so coming down this, I mean, it really is so wide. I think this is probably 12 feet across. You're gonna walk into the kitchen, living, and dining area, and it all so open and so bright. Let's take a look. So you've got your fireplace and the living area here. Look at all of the wall of windows. And then your nice, large kitchen island. And once again, they're continuing to do just the thicker quartz countertops. All right, let's check out the pantry. I don't think we checked out the pantry in one of the other ones. So you've got a nice walk-in pantry, lots of storage space up top as well. And then you've got the stainless steel vent hood with your 5 burner. gas range, and then tons of drawers and cabinet space, not only along the bottom here, but you also have the nice pull out trash and recycle bin, more cabinets and on this side. I mean, really, there is a lot of storage space in the kitchen. And then we have our eat-in area. Now, this one's not quite as big as a couple of the other ones, but remember, I mean, this particular plan is really only 2,200 square feet. So it is a nice size. You could really get a table that will seat 6 there very easily. Now we come outside and you've got the covered patio. And because this is a single story, it does have a little bit larger footprint, but you still have a really nice sized backyard. And as you can see, so like the house right next door, you can see that one is actually sitting further back. So their yard's not going to be quite as large. It really just depends upon the footprint of the home and then where the home is going to be positioned on the lot. All right. Now let's head into our primary bedroom, which is tucked away right down this little hall. We're going to come into the primary bedroom, and this really is a really large primary bedroom with, once again, your really tall ceilings and your nice tall windows lets in so much light. And then we come into our primary bathroom. Now, you've got your vanity to one side, and it does have the double sink. You've got your nice soaker tub right across with your large walk-in shower. And it's nice because it's got just a little step down, not a large step down. But I do just think that the tile that they've chosen for in here is so beautiful with that gray veining all throughout it. And then you have your primary closet. And it's funny, when I first walked in, I thought, oh, well, this one's not going to be nearly as big. But it is long. And look at all of the space you have for hanging. You've got double hung rods on both sides. And then you've got the single hung along the back. There is a lot of space in the closet, or yeah, in the primary closet. Okay, so this, like I said, is a 3-bedroom. It is 2 baths, 2-car garage. It is 2224 square feet. But I think that you are going to just be shocked at the price. This one is move-in ready, ready to go, and it is currently $419,000. So they've just done a massive price drop on this one. It was originally, I think, in the 480s, and so it is at $419,000. Wow, nice price. Okay, so once again, what did you think about the model home that had the massive lot, or our spec homes that were on just as wide of a lot, but they weren't quite as deep? Definitely want to give us a call. You want to shoot us a text, because we would love to hear from you and hear what you think about this particular community. We're in Lavon. We are just a couple of minutes from Wiley, but you really are getting a sense of that community, or out in that country, small community feel. But this particular subdivision is going to be a small subdivision. This is not going to be one of those massive master plan communities where you're going to have traffic all over the place. This is going to be a nice little pocket community that is going to stay small. All right, make sure that you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, because we would love to talk with you about moving to the Dallas and surrounding areas. And as always, hopefully we will see you guys around the town.